What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Suki Pixels. Thank you so much for watching today. Today we'll be showing you how to do these 3 edits that I did. It's just of my avatar in the kitchen, and she's by like big bouquets. So the first picture, she is standing like twisted, like with her torso twisted back, but her head isn't in the correct position for me to put the wig on how I would normally do it. So I'm going to double the wig. So I'm going to put the wig on first and make it super skinny and make it fit her head just so her middle part is in the middle of her head. And then I'm going to add the same wig back to the photo, and I'm going to put it behind, line it up, and cut the front off, and then just put a black background, and boom, she has a wig on her head. So I decided to do her shadow first just to get it out the way, because I wanted to know how I was going to do the rest of the photos with her in the kitchen. So I hid the background layer, and I added a layer from canvas, and then I turned the saturation and the lightness all the way down, and then I turned the brightness all the way down and the contrast up. And now I'm just fixing it with the perspective. Now I'm just editing the background a little bit. I'm just adding a little shade to the flowers, the heart box, and the heart box and the bags in the background. Just adding a little definition to them so they don't look like they're just floating. And I'm using the blur tool to kind of blur it out so it doesn't look too harsh. So now I'm just placing this little note I wrote for her and this Sailor bottle. Right now they're in the foreground, but I'm going to move them to the background, and then I'm going to give them shadows just so they look 3D. So now I'm on the avatar layer, and I'm modifying certain parts of her body that glitch with the the 3D glitch. Sometimes the arm twists and stuff look strange and whatnot, but yeah, I'm just doing that. And I'm also gonna do a black layer of soft light to just shape, just to add some definition to her. Now I'm fixing her fingernails. Her fingernails are white and long, and when I took this photo, I knew I was gonna need to fix them, so I just decided to make them simple nails so I wouldn't have to do a lot of detailing on the nails. The nails aren't really the star of this picture. Now I'm going back into that layer of soft light, and I'm going to give her arm a shadow, and her hands and fingers and whatnot. I'm going to give all of those shadows. Now I'm going in with a layer of add, and I'm going to do her arms, back, butt, cheeks, thighs, everything that needs some shine. I'm going to add shine to. Now I'm adding extra definition with a black layer of normal on her, just to separate her arms from her legs, and also to shade under her wig, so her hair has a little definition at the bottom as well. So like when you, almost like when you're editing a phone into an avatar's hand, you just do a little black layer under the finger so it just looks more 3D. Now this is the finished photo of this. Now let's move on to the next one. Now in this one, I'm putting the same wig on her, and I'm gonna put it perfectly on her head, and then I'm gonna use the special tool to fix it to her body so it doesn't look like it's sticking up in the air. And I am also using the special tool to fix the top of the head as well. Just dragging it all the way down, so not using the eraser, just the special tool. And I added a bottom layer to color in the gap between the neck and the face, the neck and stuff in the wig. Just especially like if you don't want your wig too close to your face, or you're not very experienced in like shaping them, you can just add a black layer at the bottom. As long as the wig is black or dark brown, it doesn't really matter. And I'm taking the blur tool and I'm just blending out her face. This head is so pretty, but it does have some harsh lines in it that don't really go with a soft look. So I did end up drawing a selfie stick, but I had to turn the camera off to do it because it was so hard. I was struggling with the angle, so I just decided to go off camera and use a reference photo to do it. But this is just me blending out all the harsh lines in her skin. Yeah. Now I'm doing a layer of black soft light. I'm going to shade her chin, her cheekbones, her nose, her body, anywhere where it should be dark. I'm just going to add some black soft light to give it more of a 3D definition. Now I'm going in with a layer of add, and I'm going to add some light to her arms, hands, chest, thighs, her face, highlight her face, her cheekbones, her nose, and her inner corners of her eyes as well, and her forehead too. Now I'm just doing her shadow. I'm going to add a layer from canvas. And I'm going to turn down the saturation and lightness. And I'm going to turn down the lightness and turn up the contrast. And I'm going to use the perspective tool with the transform button and just get it how I want it. And I'm just shading the background like I did with the first picture. I'm just shading the background on it just to give the items on the table some definition because they are a big part of the picture. Now I'm going in with a final top layer of add, and I'm going to add some shine to her chain, her nose ring, her selfie stick, and yeah. Going back into that dark soft layer, and I'm just adding some definition to her chain because I forgot to. Now this is the finished photo. I also did a third photo, which you're about to see now. And I just did a IBIS paint time lapse showing how I did it. It was very simple. I just put the picture in photo room and let photo room chop out the heart and the roses, and then I just added the teleport and the note in the front. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.